Hello student, at last lecture we have seen the methods of preparation of halogen derivative. Today we are going to study the physical properties and optical isomers of halogen derivatives. Then let us see first, that is physical properties of halogen derivatives. Then first of all, that is moderately polar compound, that is halogen derivatives are moderately polar compound. It is having a polar covalent bond because on this carbon atom there is partial positive charge and on this halogen atom there is partial negative charge. Hence it is a polar covalent bond and having moderately polar compound. Then due to this, that is halogen R, size of halogen R increase from top to bottom, that is from fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. As the size of fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine are goes on increase, then the length of, that is carbon and halogen bond length also goes on increasing. We know here that is bond length goes on increase from fluorine, chlorine, bromine to iodine due to their increasing atomic size. Then due to this, that is in this compound, that is polar CH3F, CH3Cl, CH3Br and CH3Cl. That means alkyl halides. Alkyl halides goes on decrease from to alkyl fluoride to alkyl iodide. That means here CH3F is having greater than CH3Cl is greater than CH3Br and greater than CH3I. That means bond size, order of strength and enthalpy, it goes on decrease from to CH3F to CH3I due to increasing their atomic size, increasing in their atomic size and atomic length. Then second point, that is boiling point. That is boiling point increase with increasing molecular mass or atomic weight or molecular weight. That means higher, it is higher than the hydrocarbons. Which hydrocarbons? That is alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. That means here, that means boiling point of methyl iodide, that means CH3Cl is greater than that of corresponding methane. That means also here boiling point is boiling point of, suppose ethyl bromide is greater than that of ethane or ethene or ethylene. Then second point, that is alkyl halides. Alkyl halides, that means boiling point of alkyl halides goes on decrease from alkyl iodide to alkyl bromide to alkyl chloride to alkyl fluoride. That means boiling point of alkyl fluoride is less than that of alkyl iodide. That means boiling point here also goes on increase from, that means alkyl fluoride to alkyl iodide. Boiling point goes on increase from alkyl fluoride to alkyl iodide. Then third point, that means as the number of carbon atom goes on increase, then boiling point also goes on increase. First example, suppose CH3Cl. Here only one carbon atom. Then in C2H5Cl, here there are two carbon atoms. In third C3H7, in this molecule there is 3 carbon atoms, and in C4H9 there are 4 carbon atoms. That means as the carbon atom goes on increase, then boiling point also goes on increase in same alkyl halides. That means here CH3Cl methyl chloride, here C2HCl it is also chloride, C3H7Cl it is also chloride, C4H9 it is also chloride, but here carbon number goes on increase, then boiling point also goes on increase. Then third one, that means in isomeric compound as the branching goes on increase, then boiling point goes on decrease. Suppose first example, that means propyl bromide, CH3, CH2, 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 Br. Then second isomer of this propyl bromide is isopropyl bromide, and third isomer of this propyl bromide is, suppose this CH3, 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 Br. That means in first compound there is nothing, any branches, it is a straight chain compound. In second compound there is only one branch. In third compound there are two branches. That means in straight chain compound boiling point is higher, and in second compound as there is one branch boiling point is less than that of straight chain compound, and in third here branches are increased, then boiling point is also goes on decrease. This is because of, that is the increase in van der Waals force. That means as the surface area is larger, then van der Waals force is higher. Then in straight chain compound van der Waals force is more as it is surface area is higher. In second compound as surface area is decreased, then van der Waals force is also goes on decrease, and in third compound as this surface area is less than that of first and third compound, here van der Waals force also decrease. Hence boiling point of this third compound, that means tertiary butyl bromide, is less than that of N-butyl bromide and isobutyl bromide. Then fourth one, that means in dihalogen compound, dihalogen aromatic compound, in such compound melting points are nearly same, so boiling points are nearly same, but melting points of these compounds is different. That means in para compound, if these two chlorine atom having 1 and 4 position, this compound is called as para dichlorobenzene, and in second compound this chlorine at 1 and 3rd position, such type of compound is called as meta dichlorobenzene, and third compound is called as ortho dichlorobenzene. Then boiling point in para dichlorobenzene is higher than that of meta and para isomers. In this way there are physical properties of halogen derivatives. The next point, that is optical isomerism in halogen derivative. Then before going to study optical isomerism, at first we have to study what is chiral carbon atom, that is chiral atom and molecular chirality. Then what is chiral carbon atom? See this molecule, name of this molecule is 2-chlorobutane. Name of this compound is 2-chlorobutane. On second carbon atom, suppose this is carbon first, second, third and fourth. On second carbon atom, chlorine group is attached, and in straight chain there are 4 carbon atoms. Hence name of this compound is 2-chlorobutane. In this 2-chlorobutane, at first carbon there are 3 hydrogen atoms are attached, and as here this is one molecule is different and these 3 hydrogen atoms are same. Then on third carbon atom, again there are 2 hydrogen atoms, and there are another 2 alkyl groups are different. And in fourth carbon atom there are 3 hydrogen atoms, that is same atoms, and 1 alkyl group is present here. In this second carbon atom there are 4 atoms or group of atoms are present. One is hydrogen, second is CH3 group, third is chlorine atom, and fourth is ethyl group. That means all these 4 atoms or group of atoms are different. Such type of carbon atom are called as chiral atom, and this molecule is called as, that is chiral molecule. That means this molecule is having mirror image. Suppose 2-chlorobutane having this mirror image, these 2 images are mirror image of each other. Then in chiral molecule, that means these molecules having 2 mirror images which are non-superimposable. Such type of molecules are called as chiral molecule. Then third one, that is stereoisomers. And what is stereoisomers? That means these two chiral molecules and its mirror image having same structural formula. See here, these two molecules having same structural formula, but molecular formula is also here same, but only spatial arrangement of these atoms or group of atoms in these two molecules are different. These two compounds having same molecular formula, same structural formula, but only spatial arrangement of these two molecules are different. Such type of two isomers are called as stereoisomerism. The next one, that is optical activity. Then what is optical activity? Again, before going to study optical activity, that means we have to know ordinary light. Then what is ordinary light? Ordinary light means it is the light in which electromagnetic waves having oscillation of electric and magnetic field in all possible direction perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Then suppose this ordinary light, this is ordinary light. If this ordinary light is passed through this Nicol prism, if this ordinary light is passed through Nicol prism, then this light, this vibrate in a single plane. In ordinary light, that means oscillation, having oscillation in electric and magnetic field in all possible direction. Here ordinary light having oscillation in all possible direction. But this pass through Nicol prism, then it forms a plane in which this oscillation is showing in only one single plane. This plane is called as plane polarized light. This is called as plane polarized light. And if this plane polarized light is passed through optically active compound, if this plane polarized light is passed through optically active compound or optically active solution such as glucose, then this plane polarized light rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. It rotate in two direction. It rotate at clockwise direction or it rotate at anti-clockwise direction. That means this plane polarized light when passing through optically active compound, it shows rotation towards right hand side or towards left hand side. If rotate towards right hand side or clockwise direction, it is called as dextro-rotatory compound. If this rotate towards left hand side or to anti-clockwise direction, it is called as leo-rotatory compound. That means it shows these two isomers. These are called as enantiomers. These two rotatory compound, one is dextro-rotatory and another leo-rotatory, these are called as enantiomers. The next point, that is enantiomers. That means the optical isomers which are non-superimposable mirror images of each other are called as enantiomers or enantiomorphs or optical antipodes. That means if one rotate optical clockwise direction, second having anti-clockwise direction. Another, again see this example. Suppose this structure of 2-chlorobutane. This is mirror image. This 2-chlorobutane, suppose one molecule is dextro-rotatory, then another molecule becomes leo-rotatory. If this molecule is rotate towards clockwise direction, towards right hand side or at clockwise direction, it is called as dextro-rotatory or D2-chlorobutane. And another molecule, if this is dextro molecule, then another molecule becomes leo-rotatory compound. That means it rotates its plane polarized light towards left hand side or anti-clockwise direction, hence it is called as DL2-chlorobutane. In this way it shows, that means two enantiomers, and these two enantiomers having, that means these two having non-superimposable mirror image. These also having non-superimposable mirror image. That means definition of enantiomers is that is optical isomers which are non-superimposable mirror images of each other are called as that is enantiomers or enantiomorphs or optical antipodes. Then last point of this optical activity is racemic mixture. Then what is racemic mixture? That means equimolar mixture of enantiomers, which suppose these two enantiomers, 50% dextrorotatory compound and 50% leo-rotatory compound. That means equimolar mixture of enantiomers, one is suppose dextrorotatory, another is leo-rotatory, are optically inactive. Why it is optically inactive? That means due to molecules of one enantiomers is cancelled by equal and opposite optical rotation. This is also called as that is due to their external compensation. That means one having rotation towards right hand side, one having rotation towards left hand side. Hence, the equimolar mixture of these two molecules cancelled their rotation, and it shows this molecule is optically inactive. Such type of mixture is called as racemic mixture. In this way, there is optical activity. In this optical activity, we have seen first point chiral atoms and molecular chirality. Second one, chiral molecules. Third one, stereoisomers. Then fourth one, that is plain polarized light. Then next one, enantiomers, and last one, that is racemic mixture. And in physical properties, that means we have seen here moderately polar compound, first point. That means second point is boiling point. Then this is about boiling point. And third is solubility. Insolubility, that is these alkyl halides are insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvent. In this way, there are physical properties and optical isomerism. In board exam, there is always question are that is explain the optical activity of 2-chlorobutane. In this way, there are definitions of chiral atom, chiral molecule, stereoisomer, racemic mixture, etc. Define any definition of these terms, or long question that is explain the optical activity of 2-chlorobutane, or next example explain the optical activity of lactic acid. Now we can stop here. Thank you.